this weekend, Iowa versus Michigan. We just got done talking about one splattering alert that we think is going to happen this week. I think here comes another one. Joe, Iowa can't score. They can't score. We haven't talked about Iowa all year. The only thing that we talked about Iowa was when Brian Ferentz, it was announced or reported that he was going to be stepping down at the end of the year. That's all we talked about him. They do continue to win, though. They do continue to win. Look, they had the ugliest game I've ever seen in my life, Nebraska versus Iowa, even though everybody hated it. Everybody's tweeting, oh, my God, this game's so yucky.
That was a great game. I don't care what anyone says.
Great game. I thought it was a fantastic football game.
Yeah.
God, they're going to get their asses beat so bad by Michigan.
I just have to throw this out there. And please, everybody who hears me say this, take this with a grain of salt. This is probably the most statistically the best defense that they've faced. No, like in all seriousness, like if we remove all the context of all the crappy offenses that they've played, they are a top 20 defense collectively, top 15 defense collectively. They are one of the best, most well-coached defenses in college football.
I love
Phil DeJean. Yeah, Phil Parker's great defensive coordinator. Cooper DeJean, I don't think is available, which is going to significantly hurt them, who is going to be probably a first-round pick. Fantastic football player. But again, as you're talking about here, Michigan is surging. I just remember back to, I think it was 2 years ago when they played in the Big Ten championship game. And there was maybe a tiny bit of discourse on hey, what if Iowa came in here and shook things up and
flattering.
Yeah, they blew past them before they could even get their feet set. And that Iowa team was a lot better than this Iowa team. And that Michigan team was not as good as this Michigan team.
They had a young Van Ness.
And they had what's his name? Who the hell was
Dude, they had both of the tight ends. Remember the tight end? I think he's with the Vikings now.
Laporta. No, Hawkinson was not there.
Yeah, not Hawkinson. Wait. Oh, yeah, Laporta is with the Lions.
Yeah.
What's his name's with the Vikings?
Hawkinson's with the Vikings.
Yeah, right.
He wasn't there, though.
Right, but you get one of the white tight ends from Iowa, okay?
Yes.
So they can't score. They're 130th out of 130 teams in total offense. They suck on offense. They are one of the worst offenses you'll ever see. The only reason they beat Nebraska last week, defense. Only reason, Joe. Only reason. They got
and also Nebraska's offense is garbage.
Did you see Iowa's quarterback? Did you see that kid? He looks like the Dr. Pibb version of Ben Roethlisberger.
Deacon Hill is the most top-heavy frat boy quarterback I have ever seen.
Does he not look like Ben Roethlisberger? Tell me he does not look like Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, if Ben Roethlisberger had a dumpy little brother, that would be him.
He is the Dr. Pibb. What did y'all drink in Jersey? Was it what was the
Mr. Pibb? I mean, I pretty Mr. Pibb.
Okay, so he is the Mr. Pibb version, all right, of Ben Roethlisberger. Hopefully, the off the field stuff doesn't follow in Deacon Hill, but
jeez,
nevertheless. All right.
I will say this though before we get to picks. I think for the sake of good football, Michigan winning is going to happen. Them being in the playoff is important for the landscape because, again, good football is what we want. But I also root for chaos, and I think it would be hilarious for everything that happened if Iowa is the team out of all these teams. If everything goes effectively for all the favorites and stuff, and Florida State wins, say Washington wins. I know that they're not a favorite, but say that they win. But what if Iowa is the one who throws the chaos into the mix here by beating Michigan? I think that would be so goddamn funny.
Joe, they're not going to – it's not going to happen.
Doesn't mean I'm not going to root for it, though.
All right. It's so you know what happened, though? Twitter would break. Twitter would break.
Yeah. Yes.
We would lead off the show with it on Sunday.
Yeah.
More than the SEC, it would be the top news story. Iowa of all teams. All right.
Make sure you check out BetOnline for all of your sports betting needs. For anything that I do betting related, I go on over to betonline.ag and I use promo code BELIEVE50. BetOnline has all of the latest updated odds for the NFL and college football seasons. Anything you need, whether it's futures, live in-game betting, no matter what, your football betting needs are met at Bet Online. And again, make sure you use that promo code BELIEVE50, BLEAV 50 to get a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts.